another show that I caught on. What was it? Was this one on ABC? Emergence. Now, this was a show that I did not plan on watching, but they did such a good job with the advertisement. I kept catching the advertisement in the background. It's like on the back of my eye. I didn't know anything about the storyline, the plot, or anything, but they did such a good job because I was looking forward to Stompton. I think that's playing tonight on the same network. With starring, let me go. Well, you know what? Let me just keep it on subject, right? So, Emergence TV series. Like I said, I don't know what this is based on. I think it might be a comic book. I don't know. It looks like it could be because it's dealing with sci-fi stuff. So let me just read it real fast. And they did a very good job with the marketing, well, for me at least, because I had no interest in seeing this. And then there was something about what was going on in the background that just made me go, let me just check that out. And I'm glad I did because I'm going to love this show. After Joe, a police chief, takes in a young child she finds near the site of a mysterious accident, she soon discovers the girl has no memories of what has happened or who she is. The investigation into the history that led up to the accident, the question and questions as to how and why it happened, draws the woman into a conspiracy larger than she ever imagined, with the child's identity at the center of it. Now you all say, so if you're looking at the trailers and all that stuff, you're like, okay, this girl obviously has some kind of weird powers. There's a plane crash site, everybody's dead. There's a little girl that's still alive, no scratch on her. Was she on the plane? Couldn't be on the plane. Couldn't have been. She just got no scratch on her. But then all of a sudden these weird stuff started happening. People dressed up like these federal agents. They say, hey, you got a little girl, we want her. Wait, you can't be those agents because the agents are still at the crash site. And then all of a sudden, I was like, what crash site? Got rid of that. That was just a weather balloon. What the hell are you talking about? Roswell style. Then all of a sudden, this little girl is doing weird things and making stuff happen. Is when people are disappearing, like literally. Hey, we're this little girl's mom and dad. No, you're not. This is bull. I can tell. The cop. She's good. I can tell you're BS and you're not this girl's parents. Well, let me see your phone. Where's the picture of it? Every parent has fun, which is true. Every parent has a million pictures of their kids on their phone. You don't. Who the heck are you? Weird light stuff's happening. Lights go out. The parents literally vanish. It's like a bunch of magicians and shit. People just be disappearing and appearing. These people have powers and they're looking for this girl because she obviously has these powers too. And whoever is responsible for her or her created her, they want her back. And this small town Jersey cop got herself in the midst of something. Now let's talk about the cast real quick. Allison Tolman, I don't know who she is. I've never seen her in anything else before. But and you know what? I mean, just to be weird for a second, when you at face value, when you see her right from the jump, you don't think this is not the type of casting you would think from what movies and TV shows like this usually go for. They usually go for people who look a certain way and blase. You expecting supermodels, the kind of stuff, right? They always do that, but no. And Allison Thompson is a very, very pretty woman, but you know what I'm trying to say. And I'm sorry if I'm saying it the wrong way, but I'm glad they cast the way they did because it made it real. It's like this wasn't a fashion show. This is a woman who reminds me of the everyday person. This is a woman that like you can tell like she has some because she's her character and the Donald Faison's character they are like exes or something. They just I guess were recently divorced. They have a child. So she's cool with me because she's a level 7, because they have an interracial child, right? And their characters they're not at each other's throat. They're not bitter towards each other, but you can tell there was something there that they don't really go into it much, but there was something there. Maybe it's the fact that she's so focused on the job or something like that, is too driven and just drew their relationship apart. But that was woven into all the weird stuff going on with the little girl and whatnot. What was going on in her personal life was that much more, was that more intriguing, not overtaking it. It was a far second, but it was still second. And the realism of how they act and how they bounced off each other. Hell, even the situation with her as a cop and her deputy, played by Robert Bailey Jr., which is a brother. I feel like I could have got that role. The way he plays, this dude is a simple man. I mean, this is a cop that, I mean, it's not like it's not like this is a situation where you got a girl with some weird powers, and we got the badass chief of police, and I'm gonna protect you. And no, she's scared and she's freaking out too, and she's keeping a level head. And this weird stuff is going on, and people. The thing I appreciated about this show was that people were reacting to these things in fairly realistic ways. Was it campy, or was it this, or was it that? No, I don't. Yeah, maybe, but no, no. I felt like there was a lot more realistic dialogue in a world where, like, a little girl is making weird things happen, and rain is pouring sideways and stuff like that. All these, when people are vanishing, literally vanishing in this weird little world, and people, and you got this secret society coming after you for for whatever reason. But the conversations and the interactions with the police chief and the ladies at the hospital, the police chief and her deputy, him being very soft spoken and very, like, he seems like he's like an apprentice. His character was like in a situation like he respects his chief in a way. He's, where he's learning, where he's all about, I got your back. Like, he's a good friend, a good soldier, and very soft spoken. But I can tell that dude's got some punch, and I'm waiting for it. They didn't show that in this episode, but you can feel it's coming. Like, he's soft spoken for a reason. Like, okay, all right. But then in the end of the episode, it's like, I need your help with something to help out this little girl. There's some people after her, and there's some weird stuff going on. And what I'm asking you to do is bad, but I need you to help me do it anyway. And without even hesitating, let's do it. I'm like, that's the kind of character that's gonna have a lot of epic things happen. He reminds me, let me tell you who that dude reminds me of right now. Twitch from Spawn, the Spawn comic book. Smallest dude in the room. His partner is a mountain of a man. But Twitch is the one you don't mess with. Twitch walks up to a supernatural being that, for all he knows, is murdering a bunch of mobsters and gangs and killing them single-handedly, barehandedly, probably. Walks right up to him, and without flinching, no sweat, no shiver, nothing. Heart rate is probably still the same. And he's like, "Are you threatening me?" And Spawn looks at him and says, "What are you gonna do about it, little man?" "I'd shoot you between the eyes." And he meant that. And it wouldn't have worked, but Twitch didn't know that. But that was, I mean, you call out a supernatural being, or at least a maniac that all you know has been murdering people. And he's like, "I need you to come out very slowly right now, or things are gonna get bad for you." And then you got a lot of, and he said, and Spawn even had to show him respect. You got a lot of bark for a little guy. That's what he reminds me of. You can tell. I feel like he's soft spoken for a reason. But the family, everything that's going on with, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued about all of them. Everything that they've said, and done so far has been, the dialogue has been what makes that show works. The supernatural stuff is maybe a second, but the what's going on with how she is as a cop, as a chief of police, how she is as a mother, how she is for taking in a little girl that obviously needs help, how soft spoken she can be, and how tough and at the end of the episode proves why she's the chief of police. This actress was able to was able to play all these different roles in this one character. This is an onion. You're peeling back, right? And I love complicated people like that. I just love it. You don't take them at face value. Not everybody has something about them like that. Each and every one of them, especially the little girl, played by I'm sorry, let me get to her name. The little girl who seems to be a sweetheart. Now, and I'm looking into the behind the scenes stuff. These people seem to be having a hell of a time, man. Alexa Sweeten, the playing the little girl. Clancy Brown playing the father of the main character of the police chief. From Pet Sematary 2, best movie ever, right? And Ashley, how do you say her last name? The daughter. I can't pronounce that last name. I can't pronounce that last name. Off der Heiden, is that German? Off the no, don't, I'm not gonna pronounce that. But having a dad like Donald Faison and Allison, mom like Allison Thomas, I mean, it fit. You look at it, you're like, at first you're like, oh, this is your stars. What's going on? What's this movie about? What's this TV show about? And then when you see it, it makes it from the very first scene, the moment she starts talking to the Alexis character as a mom first, you start feeling you immediately are with them. You're on their side. The second they start to speak, the second that she looks, the way she looks over, the way they look at each other, you're immediately on their side, and they draw you in on body language mostly alone. That's the signs of a good team, a good actors and good actresses and showrunners. Man, that's so I'm rooting for this show, and it's trending and it's doing good, and more power to it. Give this one a shot. If you haven't checked it out, go back and check this out. It's weird. If you like me, you love this weird stuff. Go check out Emergence and let me know if you saw it, and let me know what you guys are talking about, and what your thoughts on it and moving forward, and how you felt about these characters and so on. Now, do you feel the same way I do, or do you think this show is going to make it? And are you rooting for it? And give me all the reasons why you do like it. I'd like to know about that.